Hi, Mr. Sternavant. It's me, Abby. Obviously, you can tell by the hair, but anyways, I am so excited to be able to share my book talk with you. So, I'm posting this on my personal YouTube channel, so everyone will be able to see. Plus, you will have a special link to it. Anyways, before we get started, I would just like to say that I'm happy I get this chance to present for you. I don't know what I'm saying. And I am so grateful for us being able to continue schooling. And I hope you are home, happy, and healthy, and spending lots of time with your family. Without further ado, let's get started. So my book is You Will Be Mine by Natasha Preston. The author of this book is Natasha Preston. Natasha was born and raised in the UK and moved from small town to small town throughout her life. She enjoys writing young adult romances and serial killer mysteries. It's an odd mix, I know, but I love many of her books, and her writing style is something that I really enjoy. The main characters. So the main character is the protagonist, Lila. Lila is the main character. She lives in a house with the rest of the protagonists. She has the most tragic backstory. And later she finds out that she was the cause of all the stuff that happened to her friends. Forgot to add that in. Chase is the next protagonist. He is one of Lila's closest friends, and eventually he becomes her boyfriend. He tries to help protect her through everything. Sunny, he's the oldest of the roommates and also probably the most immature. Sunny was the first to receive the letters and the first to disappear and die. Isaac is another protagonist. He's just like a basic college student, I guess. He's just a guy, whatever. And he was probably the most upset when Sunny died. They were very close. Sienna is Lila's best friend and roommate. She's a wild child and loves parties. The antagonist is Riley, Lila's older brother, and he's probably the biggest antagonist of all. Maybe he's even psycho enough to kill. And the other antagonist, potential antagonist, is Jake, the boy Lila rejected the year before when he asked her out for Valentine's. He left and was no longer a roommate of the rest of the protagonists. They all lived together till he left. And he became a main suspect in the murders because he was the closest to Lila and the only one who would want to target her friends to try and get back at her. And eventually they found out they were wrong, and it was not him who killed them. The setting of my book spans from February 1st to February 14th. The story takes place on a college campus in the UK, and sometimes just off campus at the protagonist's shared home. And in the story, Valentine's is a big deal, and also one of the most dreaded events. Oh, this is a long part, but this is the plot. It all starts with the story behind the reason Lila hates Valentine's. This takes place 2 years after her parents died on Valentine's, is when all this happens. So it's the anniversary of her parents' death when all these people are being killed. And it has a lot to do with it, surprisingly, especially when you find out who the killer is. In the beginning, as things continue to progress, Lila and her friends begin receiving letters. Sunny is the first to receive letters and disappears that night. The next morning, he is found dead with his heart removed from his chest. Soon more follow in Sunny's demise and begin getting the letters, and then are found dead with their hearts removed. Detectives try and capture the killer by tricking him, but it doesn't work. Lila soon begins to realize the killer may be someone closer to her than Jake, who was the original suspect. Lila is in for a big surprise when she finds out who the real killer is, and she becomes deeply afraid and hurt tremendously by someone who she loved so much her whole life. The main theme in my story is betrayal. Betrayal is shown throughout the book through how the killer is revealed mainly. I mean, once you find out who the killer is, it really sinks in that she was betrayed. Lila was betrayed by someone who literally raised her from 17. I mean, it's not a long time, but she spent her whole life with him. He raised her after their parents died. And now for my passage. Okay, so I have my book right here.
Red. Yeah.
Please ignore that. I told them to be quiet, but they don't listen, ever. I'm going insane, I swear. Anyways, back to the passage. We turn down the hallway with the editing suites, and I push open the door to room 9. A rancid smell attacks my nose and then hits the back of my throat, making me gag. I slam my hand over my nose and mouth so hard it'll probably leave a mark. What the hell is that? I murmur against my palm. Chase spits out an unintelligible reply through his covered face and flicks on the light. My world stops. Oh God. Sonny. He's slumped against the wall in the corner. Mouth is open as if he's drifted to sleep. But he's not asleep. Dark red blood covers his chest. There's something wrong with his shirt. My legs give way. It's like I suddenly weigh too much and they bend until I land on the floor in a heap. I jet my hands out to brace myself and stare in shock. Sonny's shirt looks strange because it's cut open. No, his chest is cut open. The dark crusted blood disguises the full horror at first glance. But now there is no mistaking the long, deep gash running down the center of his torso. Chase backs up, and his heel bumps into my knee. Gasping, he startles and looks down, surprised that I'm on the floor. His green eyes are wide like saucers. He lowers himself, crouching in front of me with a shaking hand. He cups my cheek. Lila, he whispers. His voice is breathy, like he's hopping up and down while trying to talk. He's dead. My heart stops. He's dead. I say again. It's all I can think to say. He's dead. And we're here with his body. And I'll leave it at that. Alright, on to the next part. I really enjoyed this book. I think it was a very good, and it was a straightforward mystery. Natasha Preston always ends her books on cliffhangers. And I think it's an interesting technique, which makes you want to read more of her books. This book was very interesting. I didn't really enjoy how gruesome some parts were. Thankfully, she didn't over-describe these scenes. Overall, this was a great book, and it kept me interested till the end. And I described one of those scenes, I guess, to you. But I feel like that was one of the most intense scenes. Who would enjoy this book? I think fans of books with strong themes of betrayal will enjoy this book, and people who like serial killer novels. I'd say this is a book targeted for young adults and teens. I don't recommend it for anyone younger than 13. I say this since it has some very disturbing things in it, but it's decently normal for fans of books with adult and young adult themes. I hope you enjoyed my book talk. I will send you the link. And sorry for the odd placement of my video. I hope you can go back and look through my outline and enjoy me reading it out to you and explaining my book. Stay safe. Much love.